And we are live. It's another relatively sunny Sunday afternoon here. No blue sky. Well, there was a blue sky this morning, but there's not much of a blue sky now, unfortunately. But Louise is busy in her shedio. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Finished with that for the time being.
Good.
Yes. A little bit of a clean up.
Yes, you do like to keep your bench nice and tidy, don't you?
Do you ever find you have a bit older, or if they are bits?
No, I don't.
Why don't you find that?
Can I just cut off what I need? And then I put
Is
what...
there a way of telling?
Yeah, colour them with...
No, I know that. But is there a way there's no way of telling once you've got little scraps?
No, you have to put them in your scraps.
Just be a bit more careful, and I guess is the answer to that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Or colour them with Sharpie so you know what they are when you cut them off.
Well, I usually cut them and I put them in a little jam jar.
Cool. And then you can also then just put off what you're going to use and just put it on your soldering block. Hello, Claire. Hi, Penny. Hi, Therese
Penny,
Marie.
I did get your email, lovely. I'm going to have a look at that tomorrow for you.
Good. Okay, that's good. So yes, it's as I said, it's not as sunny as what it was last Sunday. The sky is a little bit overcast, but this morning was a really, really hot morning. We went out for a run. Let me turn this camera around a minute. So we went out for a run this morning. Not quite sure whether, I need to come in here, whether you guys know that we are in, oh gosh, me fell over. Whether we are in training for the Cardiff Half Marathon, which is October the 8th, I think. And you did a 13-kilometre run this morning, didn't you?
Yeah, that was enough.
Yeah, and I did a
more than enough.
More than enough, and I did a 15-kilometre run this morning as well. It just seemed like we were out all blinking morning, wasn't it?
Well, we were, weren't we? We were.
Oh, Penny has the sun. Penny's pinched the sun.
Oh, you've got it now, have you, Penny? Send it back.
Yeah, gives it back. But it's lovely and warm-ish here. So yeah, so that's what we're doing at the moment. That's not the announcement, but yeah, that's what we're doing. We are going to be running the Cardiff Half Marathon in October. We've been training for the last 2 months, I think, 2-3 months, gaining our stamina and our fitness for that. That's 13 miles. I'm going to be raising money for the Silversmiths and Jewelers Benevolent Society. More on that to come as the weeks and the months go by. Yes, so Louise is busy doing... Louise is busy with...
Oh, I don't want to show. It's the right mess. I'll show you what I made last week.
Okay, show us what you made.
My little lightning bolt. I will show that, but it's not great. But this, I am quite pleased with the way this has turned out. So this is... this was made with Jamina shot plate. In a hydraulic press, but there is a way to do it without a hydraulic press.
It is, yes.
As well. So yeah, Jamina, Gemini.
Jamina.
A.
Jamina.
Yeah, and it's just a lightning bolt. So I made the impression, and it's obviously it's just like a hollow form. So I soldered it to a back plate, cut it. Obviously, I cut the impression out first, soldered it onto a back plate, cut that out, and then I formed the little bail here from the back plate.
You didn't have to do any more soldering.
Because you don't want to be soldering onto hollow
exactly.
Objects. So that was my little work around that. So that's for Jasmine's partner Boggers. She's an AC/DC fan for Bogdan. Yeah. So that's that.
And you're working on a ring at the moment.
Well, it was a bit of an experiment. I've got this nice Labradorite. I think it's in me. I hope it's in me, otherwise I don't know what it is, and it was all for nothing. Yes, so I wanted to do something with it. So I've learned how to bezel set on the at the bench diploma, and I've learned granulation on the at the bench diploma. So I thought I'd put them together. Oh, it's a little bit wonky actually. it's probably going to look better oxidised.
Yes.
And I need to put it in the barrel polisher, so I can't set the stones today. It does fit.
But you're not going to put it
I
in.
won't put
case.
it in. I've got some floss actually somewhere. So that is and I can't remember which way. So I've put some obviously this has all got to be smoothed and finished up. Let's double up this floss, shall we?
In case it breaks.
Just in case. But what I always struggle with, you might be able to give me a tip here, Andrew, actually. Tell you what, let's see what it looks like with the stone in. And then you can give me the tip. Ah, brilliant. So, I think the bezel is probably a little bit too high.
It is, yes.
So, I'm going to take that down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to polish it in the barrel.
We'll do it, the magnetic polish to start.
Yeah, because I've got some solder here and it's a little bit untidy right here, so I'm gonna clean it up like that, and then take the bezel down a little bit, and I oxidize it before setting. Then I guess
You can do, yeah.
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 Does it matter?
I don't think it would matter, no.
Okay. So yeah, that'll be that.
Good.
And I think my solder joint popped open. Oh no, it's all right. When I was soldering all these little balls on, the balls aren't. They're hard. They don't want to stay where you put them, do they? That's the thing. So it just kind of is what it is. It's a bit rustic.
It's all good.
That's why it's like the rings I made yesterday. I kind of like made their edges a bit crinkly.
Yes.
Just to hide any embarrassment. So, but it was a design feature. Anyway, and you can pop it straight back out like that with the.
It was good.
Yeah, fun. Yeah, good fun. So I'm gonna hopefully finish that off in the next week. Just a little bit of fun. It's a bit big, isn't it? A bit of a statement piece.
Yeah, it's a little experience. It's a good learning experience, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And that's what it's all about.
So, yeah.
Yes, people have been wanting to know the make of your makeup container.
Oh, I don't actually know that you were going to say make up my makeup. And I was like,
Oh, Mac, well, all sorts.
You come down here and I look right.
Yeah, so we don't. I don't know off the top of my head. It was off Amazon. I will find the link and I will put it in the description of this film.
These are
Okay.
alcohol-free
Again,
ciders.
they
We're
are
not drinking and
Alcohol free.
the alcohol-free copper bit is very nice. I don't know. I don't think it's going to make on it.
No, but what we'll do, I'll find what we bought and I'll put a link in the description then when I've come off this live.
Yeah, what I was going to ask you, I struggle with. Don't look at the back of this. It is an absolute mess of solder. But actually, if I show you with this, and I'm trying to say this is my. Say this is what I'm soldering onto this. It's not. It would be ridiculous. It wouldn't be ridiculous because it's line punch forge and they're brilliant. So yeah, I suppose it's getting, and I do file the flat. But if I sweat, this is the problem now, see, because this is why I've got a lot of solder around here, which I'm going to have to spend a lot of time cleaning up. If I file that flat, sweat solder onto that, I do everything. I think it looks, position it, spend a lot of time faffing with that, and it's never quite right. And I think it's because when I sweat the solder onto the flat bit, it takes up space.
Right.
And then it doesn't sit down properly. Do you see what I mean? On the back plate.
So
how do I avoid that?
So what you would do is that when you have your ring, may I have that ring?
You want that? Yeah.
Yep. Hold on to that for me.
Yes.
Thank you. So, for instance, say again using this. So let's just put that down there. So say that's your. We're over here now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I was just.
So then you would put the ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you make sure it's all central. And what you have to do then is lift up. You have to show over to the right now. Go to the right. You have to lift up the third hand a little bit. So there's a gap, and push that down.
Well, I do.
Yep. So when it drops, the third hand will drop down a little bit. Down this, when the solder melts.
Oh, you've put a gap underneath the third hand. Right. Do that again. Just.
Yeah. So make sure these are all tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come along with this. Put the ring in the third hand. Obviously, we've got a gap here.
So this is where you're talking about here.
Yeah, so bend the third hand until it's touching. Lift up the third hand so you've got a little gap. The thumb's in the way. So you've got a little bit of gap.
So this is the gap.
So there's a gap under here.
Righto.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's always a force pushing down on
so when the capillary action pulls that down, that will come down with it, and then it falls directly into. Didn't you tell me that before?
I'm sure I've said it many times before. Many times before I've said that.
Okay, well that's going to help me out a lot, because I've got a lot of solder on the back here where I didn't sweat it. It's just going to leave marks, isn't it? So.
Okay.
But I'm quite pleased with the position of it. So, but next time I will definitely try that.
Absolutely.
Oh gosh, I look terrible.
Do you get inspiration from the wildlife, flowers and plants and birds?
Yeah, we tried. We were going to try and cast a bluebell, weren't we?
Yeah, that didn't.
Spent all afternoon spraying it with lacquer to harden it to try and cast. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Didn't work.
Absolutely. Tris May, I just love Louise's studio at back. My daughter moved back with grandbabies 1, 3 and 5 and took over my backyard. Looking forward one day to having my outdoor bench back, as well as my ceramic kiln. Nice. Scrapbooking cases are good.
Put the camera on you.
I see. Yeah, Sandra, I have so much trouble with the setup for soldering.
Put the camera on you.
Sorry, is there any more drink left? No, there's no drink.
No, okay.
Yeah. Go on, you saying?
I was going to say anything. No, I was going to wait for you to answer it.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so that would be the best way to ensure that if you do sweat solder, you the ring shank drops down when the solder melts. It only has to be raised about 1 millimetre on that one edge, and it would work no problem at all. Yeah, so the other announcement that I want to make, yeah, you could 3D scan the bluebell, then print it out in wax.
Ooh.
You can send that up to
Who suggested
Dualcast.
that?
Penny.
Oh, nice one, Penny. Yeah, I love it.
So that would be an idea. We could do that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Hair's gone very grey. So the other announcement that we were going to make is that a book publisher got in contact with me about 2 months ago, and they've commissioned me to write a book all about jewellery. I'm not going to tell you what the topic is all about at the moment, but they gave me free rein to do whatever I wanted. So they wanted me to do the complete guide and that sort of thing. But I said, there is no such thing as a complete guide, because it's never complete. There are far too many projects, far too many techniques, and everything to make anything a complete guide.
There's lots you don't know as well. Well, there's some you don't know, sorry. But you know what I mean, though?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's a very bold claim, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a complete guide. Where do you stop?
Because we learn so much from everybody in the Adventure community all of the time, don't we?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm in trouble later.
It's never going to be a complete guide. I don't like books saying the complete guide for this, complete guide to that, because it never is. No, pretty much faster. You give up some of the precision that you get with the 3M discus. Yeah, so that's about it. So yes, I am writing the book. I'm about 2/5 through it already. It's got to be presented to the publishers by next June, and it should be published 8 months after that. So I am trying to get it done early, so the 8 months will coincide with next Christmas. So that will be the first book that I will have written, and the first of many more, because I have lots and lots of ideas in my head for other books on the subject of jewellery, as you most probably know. It's always nice to see how people do things with their own twist. Yeah, and it's nice for Louise just to get on with things, and I don't want to tell her too much.
Sorry.
I don't want to tell her too much, because she really has to find out a lot of it for herself. Find out if things work. You know, what's the best way of doing this? Well, then, yeah, I'll advise her on different ways of doing things, but it's up to her to do these things and to try different things out. I say one thing, she may try another thing, and that's fine, because there is not one complete answer when it comes to creating jewellery. So there's always one way to skin a cat. You can't really say that these days, can you?
No, you have the animal rights people.
I would, yeah. Yeah, so that's the idea. I will send you out a signed copy, Sandra. Definitely, I shall sign them. I'll have a whole. It's gonna be months yet. It's gonna be absolute months yet. As I say, it's gonna be next Christmas by the time it should be all finalised. We're gonna be doing all the photographs as well. We've got a whiteboard up in work with the topics. We need all the photographs. So yeah, it should be an interesting first book. We'll have to see how it goes from there. Jill saying she's learned so much from her mistakes. That is exactly the right way you should be doing things. You should be experimenting. You should be trying things out. And it's what Louise has found is that when she is making things, it all goes well until like the last thing, the setting the stone, or the bezel starts, it cracks, or the bezel starts to wrinkle. You've done all this work, you spent all this time creating something, putting all the precious time into it, only for it to go wrong at the very, very end. And that's life, isn't it? That is life.
Just got to learn the hard way, because you did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because this is the thing. When I learned all those years ago, there was no internet to sort of refer to. There was no such thing as Facebook.
Do you know, it's funny, me and Rebecca were talking about exactly this the other day.
Yeah. Because there was nothing. There was no internet. There were just books.
Yeah, but Andrew, there is now.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing. There's loads and loads of
training resources out there.
There's like I did tell you the other day, I do occasionally watch other videos.
You do, yeah. Other people on YouTube. Exactly.
Yeah, there's loads out there. It's brilliant.
Yeah, what is available out there is absolutely amazing nowadays. So yeah. Yeah, Norm says, I love the gap tip in the third hand. Yeah, it just keeps that little bit of pressure. It's not a huge amount of pressure, but it's just enough so that when the solder melts, the space that you've lost by that 1 millimeter or 1.5 millimeter, when the solder melts, it'll just push that ring shank down. Emmy, what did I miss? Louise has been telling you what she's been making. And I've also just said that I'm writing a book. I've been commissioned by a book publisher. They approached me to write a book on jewellery. I'm not going to tell you what the subject is now just yet. I'm going to tell you, next year, whenever it's all sort of finalised. But hopefully I'm going to try and get that sorted out then for next December. So it should be in time for Christmas, and it will be in everyone's stockings for Christmas.
Am I getting it for Christmas?
You'll have, it may even be dedicated to you.
Oh, that's nice.
You like that?
I know what's coming.
Not at all. Good. All right.
My wife Louise is crap at doing repairs.
Not at all. Not at all. So there we go. So that's what we're going to be saying. So thank you all for coming on today. Let's turn this around. Yeah. So yeah, we got a nice view of our gorgeous palm tree up there. The lower branches are starting to die. Bless it, and our garden. But yeah, it's a bit overcast today, but Louise is getting on. We have our...
It gets a bit hot in here sometimes.
We do, let me have our matching mugs. Mr. and Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Yes, Oppie Untracked. Jill got Oppie Untracked out of the library when she was 12.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yes, I remember getting Oppie Untracked as well. When did I buy mine? 1989, I think I bought mine. So there we go. So Louise is busy doing her tidy up.
Do you know, that was a wash with solder 5 minutes ago, and I've just gone on it with a sandy drum and with one of my beloved E-Flex, and it's looking a lot better.
It's looking good. Coming along well.
Yeah, not particularly straight. But hey, I can make another one.
We can live and learn.
Yeah.
We can live and learn. So everyone, we're working on the Argentium workshop still. We're going to try and get that planned for 3 weeks' time.
Yeah, so good. I can't wait.
So yeah, we've got the Argentium workshop coming up in 3 weeks' time. We're going to have a different sort of. We're going to premiere it in the same way as we normally do our workshops. But obviously then the films are going to be, they are pre-recorded because we filmed this workshop a couple of months ago with Marquis de Ward. And I'm going to be available in the chat and we can answer questions. And also what we're going to try and do is get Marky in the chat as well, and the gentleman who developed Argentium. We're going to try and get him in the chat as well. So any questions you want to ask, when it comes to Argentium, ask away, and there'll be 2 experts in the chat that will be able to answer your questions. But yeah, Louise has been experimenting with Argentium. She's been trying to do ways with normal soldering, and then she's been doing it with Argentium, and the things that she's wanted to do, Argentium is absolutely brilliant for doing it.
It's just made it possible, whereas before, I suppose it was, what did I do? It was, I've been making little charms, haven't I? And it's fusing granules and embellishments onto that.
Yes.
Tiny embellishments and like open embellishments.
Yes.
And if you can't fuse it and you have to solder it, then the solder's just, yeah.
Exactly.
Kind of everywhere. So yeah, it works absolutely amazing. I'm loving it.
Teresa May saying, keep all your originals. One takeaway I had from Professor was to keep all my intro pieces, compare my work as time went on. It's now fun to see those original pieces and compare your current work. It's very true. Is there such a thing as a parallel third hand? I guess it would be parallel tweezers. I don't know, actually. The best thing about the tweezers is the fact that even though they are sort of joined here, and yes, these then are not parallel, you can always bend them and make them parallel, so they will come parallel and not tapered as you got them on there. Emily, I can't tell you what the book is about at the moment, just in case someone else comes along and decides to copy me. So it's it's a book out there.
It'll be good though, Emmy.
It will be good.
It'll be good.
It's going to be good. So I'm writing it. I'm about 2/5 of the way through. Hence the reason why I have my iPad. And last week when we did the live, I had my iPad as well. So yeah. So I'm writing the book. Should be available in time for next Christmas. And that's about it. That's all we're going to say, and that's all we're going to do. So we're going to leave you to get on with your Sunday now. We're going to leave Louise to get on with her her bits and pieces, with her reflex. Absolutely.
It's a bit blobby, you don't look. It's not finished.
It's a work in progress.
I've got a lot of cleaning up to do here. Never mind, you live and learn. That's the whole point, isn't it?
Yes, keep on going, keep on at it.
Yeah.
And yeah, your drink's all gone.
All gone.
I'm going to get some more now.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Say goodbye then, Louise.
Goodbye.
We will see you very shortly. We've got Q&A tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, normal Q&A tomorrow.
Yeah, join us 4 p.m. tomorrow for our Q&A, back to the usual routine. I got some filming to do first thing tomorrow morning. We've got the new Durston Tools Pro Light Workbench. I'm going to be filming that tomorrow, and that will be coming out on YouTube later on in the week. Stephen has made quite a few pieces in Argentium. It's fun, definitely not an expert, although totally different than fire and stirring. Exactly. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm absolutely shattered from that run we had this morning, aren't I? Yeah, I absolutely shattered. And we will see you for tomorrow's Q&A, 4 p.m. Don't be late. Make a date. And we will see you tomorrow. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your afternoon and your Sunday. Enjoy the night. And we'll see you tomorrow for the Q&A on YouTube. Everyone,